Aberdeen bottom of the table, desperate for points, as you can imagine. Vernon, oh what a start! Second minute and Aberdeen have the opening goal. And there wasn't much Craig Sampson could do to get to that one. Aberdeen's top scorer Vernon puts them in front. It's only half away by St Mirren and they've played themselves into trouble. It's Isaac Osborne. 5e, time to pick out a cross. He does pick out Fallon and it's 2. It's the dream start for Aberdeen. 5e finds the New Zealander at the back post. The St Mirren defence just seemed to stop. It just seemed too easy. Thompson down to McLean, back in it. Suspicion of handballs. This ball came in from Thompson's header there, but Kenny McLean rolls it past Jason Brown and St Mirren have a foothold back in this game at Pittodrie. Arneson back in the team this afternoon and he's found Scott Vernon who goes down. Well, the referee's not interested. It was David Barron's challenge on Vernon. Oh, he's got a big shout there, Vernon, no doubt about it. Good 1-2. Milsom. Vernon. They've looked more dangerous coming forward, Aberdeen, in this game than perhaps in the last couple. Foster. Fallon. Now he goes down. Stephen Finney shaking the head again. Perhaps not as good a shout as the one for Vernon in the first half, but a shout nonetheless. That's good strong play by Thompson, and he was fouled, says referee Finney. You can hear what the natives make of that. They are not enjoying Stephen Finney's performance. Three round it. One of them's Carey. Oh, it's stunning! What could the goalkeeper have done better? I'm not sure. This was fished in by Graham Carey off the underside of the crossbar. Brown bamboozled both of them. Milsom. Foster. That was Vernon again. Sampson made heavy weather of it. Got it out of the danger area eventually. Another good ball in from Foster. Well, he doesn't look happy, but I'm sure he is. His team 2-0 down at one point, back to 2-2, Danny Lennon. It's another chance for them, for Thompson. And he's had a couple. He set up Kenny McLean's goal in the first half. Seemed more than hope than anything else. Thompson's shot saved by Brown. All of a sudden Aberdeen could have been behind in this game. Ryan Jack. Chalali. Well, the Aberdeen fans want a penalty again. It comes back to Arneson. It's blocked. And St Mirren eventually get it away. And there was a foul by Foster on McGowan. Frustration for the Aberdeen skipper. That was the Algerian going to ground, and the Icelander with a shot. Pollitt. The Aberdeen sub tried to add a bit of spark to the Don's side. He's found Vernon. Support arriving from 5e. 5e, he's gone for it himself there. And Sampson spills it behind. He's hurt his ear as well. Bang in the head for Craig Sampson. 5e with intelligent effort. 5e hits it back, gone out of play, says the linesman on the far side. He's George Drummond. He's getting an earful from Fraser 5e. Fraser 5e's in bother with referee Finney here. And he's off. Aberdeen down to 10 in the closing stages. It's kind of summing up the way things are going for them these days.
Craig, an incredible game of football. You had 3 penalty claims turned down and a player sent off. What's your reflections on the game?
Well, we're disappointed. When you're 2 up at home, you shouldn't end up drawing 2-2. That's the first thing I would like to say, and we have ourselves to blame for that. I think there were mitigating circumstances with some of the incidents in the game, but I'm not going to begin to criticise because I could end up in trouble.
In terms of the 5 he is sending off at the end, do you feel that he was roughly dealt with?
No, I think if he used foul language to the assistant, he deserves to be sent off. And again, I think the provocation was such that he probably did. He's a young lad and he spoke to the assistant, I think, wrongly. He'll learn from that. You can't do that, but I've heard that kind of thing in the middle of the pitch to the referee in many games gone unpunished by a red card. So, you know, he'll learn, because if he did use foul language, which I'm sure is the reason for him being sent off, he deserves to be sent off.
Just a question of frustration, do you think? Maybe just getting the better of, as you say, as a young player?
Well, maybe, yes. I think he was disappointed, as quite a number of us were, with some of the things that were going on. So his inexperience prompted him to make the wrong judgment and say the wrong thing. I understand anyway, I need to speak to him, but that's according to the 4th official's explanation of why he was sent off.
You look for a good start from your team. You could hardly have got a better start. I think only one St Mirren player had touched the ball before it ended up in the back of the net. Yeah,
we started well. In both halves, I thought we started well, because we were faulting our team for the indifferent start we had in the last 2 games. At Dunfermline, we started the second half, we were a goal up, we started poorly, and against Motherwell here, we started poorly, although we didn't lose a goal at that time. So, you know, we were determined not to start in a slack manner, and I think you're right, we managed to score right away and got another one on top of it quite quickly. But when they got a goal back in the middle of the first half, it gave them heart, and they played some good possession football thereafter.
It took a hell of a strike, though, to get the equaliser, didn't it? Yeah,
it was a very good strike. Again, it was a softly conceded free kick, if it was one, and the strike was excellent, but no, we're looking at our defence at the time.
In terms of confidence, though, for a vital series of games ahead, does it give you something to build on for St Johnstone and Hibs?
Well, I think so. I think you could see that we've got capability in the team. I've always said that we're not as bad as people are making us out to be, and I'm sure that the boys will confirm that in the next couple of games.
Craig, thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
Danny, an incredible fight back, but you could, I would imagine, hardly believe you were a goal behind after about 42 seconds.
Yeah, very mixed emotions tonight, to be fair, and Aberdeen got off to a flyer, and we couldn't really do nothing about it. We hadn't touched the ball. I think it was 47 seconds or something that they scored, and again, you know, teams were living off our mistakes for the second goal, and then we really showed what we were all about and showed tremendous character and began to play. The last 20 minutes of the first half, we managed to get a beautiful goal back through Kenny McLean, and we never really looked back from that. We always looked a constant threat then going forward, and we got an opportunity, and it was delightful to see, because I see Graham Carey doing that on a regular basis at training. So 2 wonderful goals for us, and I think it was just a matter of time, you know, that we ran out of time before we could have probably look to try and take all 3 points. But that's what you're up against, you know. Aberdeen sitting there at the bottom of the league, or were prior to the game kicking off, and everybody's fighting for something. It's a very difficult league. It's a very difficult venue to come to, and it was all about characters and more belief, more in the last 60 minutes than the first 30.
What made a difference, do you think? Because obviously Aberdeen well on top in the first 17-18 minutes when they got that 2-goal lead.
Yeah, they did, and it was again down to us. We felt that when we did have possession of the ball, we looked a little bit tentative. We looked possibly a second or two slow in our speedy thought, you know, what we were going to do, and that's not us. We've got to go out there and try and win games of football our way. And that is with getting in and about teams, that is trying to control possession, trying to play when people are tight. We want teams to come and press us. We want that opportunity, because we see it on a daily basis, day in and day out at training, you know, what they're capable of. And that's what frustrates you when you see them coming into the arena you know, as I say, we looked a little bit tentative there, but you know, once we went 2-0 down, you know, it was really characters, a real mental toughness, and we certainly showed what we were all about after that.
Don't seem to come much tougher than Jim Goodwin. He really got a grip of the game after that first part, and you'd be a little bit unhappy to see him have to come off. Is he okay towards the end? He looked to be maybe holding his hamstring.
Yeah, Jim's been carrying a little bit of tight hamstring all week there, and he done an absolutely fantastic job for us again there today. He really goes and leads by example. He bosses, you know, younger ones and good legs in between them, you know, and he's really a calming influence. And he was absolutely fantastic. I must give a lot of credit again to the supporters that have travelled up. Have a safe journey down the road. You know, money's tight at this time of year, and we know what this club means to them. You know, and we're going all out there to try and succeed in what our aims and objectives were at the beginning of the season. But what we must do is get back to doing it the way that we like to do, our way.
Is it a sign of the progress that you've made that you're going back down the road a little bit disappointed not to have the 3 points?
I think very much so. I think so, and again, that shows you the character of the lads, the spirit, the belief, and even at this time of the season, where you're looking for a bit of character, where players are now coming in and pitches. Although I must compliment Aberdeen and their pitch today. We're very, very fortunate to come at this time of year. Very, very calm, great playing conditions today, and a lovely playing surface. So we know that we're coming into a period where sometimes the element's going to be against us, sometimes pitches won't suit us, but we've still got to try and do what we're good at, and that's playing football.
Well done today.
Thanks again.